Hi guys, I'm Jesse at Strobepro COB, and today I'm really excited to show you our brand new LED light. This is the Strobepro COB 120 bicolor LED. It's got a bunch of cool new features like being able to run off V-mount batteries. This thing runs virtually silent. It fits all of our Strobepro modifiers, so anything with a Bowens mount, and it's really compact too. So let's take a closer look what's included inside the bag. So every COB 120 is going to come with a padded carrying case here, and this is going to contain everything you need to get this plugged in and running. So inside, normally we would have the light obviously in there, but the next most important thing would be our control unit, which allows us to adjust our power and color temperature. We've got the cable for that. We've got a protective cover, 7-inch reflector, and we've also got a diffusion sock on there as well. And then we've got our remote control and a couple more power cables. We've got the AC adapter brick and then the other power cable up top. So let me show you how to plug this in. And again, there's two ways to do that, which is battery and AC. First of all, we'll show you battery and then the AC. So the first thing we need to do is get the light mounted to a stand, and that's really easy to do. Both our COB 120 and the COB 300 use this similar style yoke system, which allows you to tilt this up and down, which is really nice, and it'll hold a lot of weight without you having to worry about it. But to mount this to the stand, basically you're just going to back off this thumb screw and then go over to the spigot. You'll drop that straight on there and then just tighten the spigot, screw down again so we're secure. And you'll just want to make sure that you've got these guys tightened down so it's not going to move around on you. Next thing we need is our control unit right here. And we need one cable connection, which is going to be this black cable, and that's the one with the black ends on it. And to attach that, what we're going to do is use the female side to the light. So I'm just going to tilt this up to show you here. And we've got the receiver right there. So just turn that around till it lines up. Push it straight in. To remove it, we just push that release and pull it out of there. And then over on the control unit, we're going to go into this port here. And the nice thing about these ports, again, is that they're metal. They're designed to be plugged in and taken out all the time, so they're not going to wear out like a plastic connection. And on the front of this cable, you're going to see a little notch, and that notch lines up to the release lever there. So we just line those two up, and we're going to push that straight in, and we're good to go there. The only other thing we're going to need is a V-mount battery, which is going to attach right on the back here. And we're going to take this. And these batteries are sold separately, so just be aware of that. It is a bit of an investment, but it's a great thing about this light is that you can make it be portable rather than having to be plugged in all the time. And to connect this, a V-mount, you have a V-notch here and the V-notch on the back of the battery. And all you're going to do, you're going to line those two up. So once it's flush, just push down, it'll lock in. To remove it, we've got this lever right here. We push that in and then pull straight up. So really easy to take on and off, and you're going to get a lot of life out of a battery like this. You'll be able to run this light for a few hours. One last thing we just need to check here is on the very top. It's a little bit difficult to see, but there's a little switch that says battery or adapter, and we want to be sure we're switched to the battery because this is the battery that we've attached, and if you were on the AC, you would push that. But that's everything for the battery. We can turn that on and we can see that our light is in fact on. And we'll get into some of those functions in a minute right after I show you how to hook up the AC power. Okay, so we need a couple more things to attach AC power, and those are going to be in your kit there. One is the power block and the other one is the 110 cable that we're going to plug into the wall. So we don't need this battery on here anymore if we're going to put this on AC. So you still have a V-notch adapter on here, and what this allows you to do is get the pack attached to the control unit. to kind of get it out of the way. So just like we did with that battery, even though this is not a battery, we just line that up, push it in, and then you would just tighten these straps down to make sure that this is not going to slide around on you. So I can just pull that a little bit tighter. Then it's going to stay nice and secure. We've got this whole unit kind of contained there. So the next thing we're going to want to do is take the other end, which is attached to the power block there, and it's going to go into the top of the control unit, into this smaller connection. It's the one that's got the sliding ring on it. So again, just like we did before, you'll find out after you've done it a few times where that lines up. Line it up, tighten this guy down so it can't be pulled out by accident. That's all we need to do on that. And then we've got our wall connection. So it's just like a computer kind of connection that you would find on your home computer. And we're going to line that guy up straight in. And you could turn this the other way if you didn't want this cable up here. And then this is just going to go into the wall. I'm not going to string these all out because we're going to use the battery for right now. But it's really quite easy. And again, to take this off, if you didn't want it attached there, we just disconnect it. And we've got a big long cable here as well. One of the nice things that you can do though with this, and we've got the shoulder strap on it. I'll just show you if I bring this light up a little bit here. So if you wanted this all to be contained just on the light stand, we've got our shoulder strap, and I've kind of bunched it up here. Get that out of the way. And we could hang this here. Obviously, probably we'd do it a little bit lower, but it keeps everything down out of the way for you. And obviously, there's a bunch of cables that we haven't undone here, so it looks a little bit messy. But it's just a great way to keep that cable bunch on the light, and then you can use the remote to adjust everything if you need to. So we've put the battery back on here to show you the LED control unit. To power this on, we're just going to hold the power button up here on the left, and you're going to see a couple numbers show up. So the first two digits there is always going to be your power level, and the next two digits on the right are going to be your color temperature. So that represents 3200 Kelvin, and that's going to go all the way up to 5600 Kelvin. And the power level, that will go from 10 up to 99, and you can see why we don't have this aimed right at the camera, just because it is extremely bright. We've got 120 watts available to us, which is awesome. And here, what we can do is push the color adjustment button. So now we're not controlling that power level, we're controlling the temperature. So 56, I'm going to flip back here just to bring up the power a little bit so you can see that. And we can adjust, warm it up or cool it down to daylight. So really easy to use on there. You'll see this DMX button. Now that's something you're probably not going to use, but we do have the input and output for DMX. We'll show that in a future video just because it's not a feature a lot of people are going to use. But that is the DMX button if you want to do that. And over here we have the channel button. So if you push that and then use the dial, this is what's going to set the channel for your control. So we'll just leave that on channel 1, push that again to get back into the main menu. And now I'll just show you how to use the controller with this. Okay guys, we're ready to show you the controller now and how we hook that up. And if you remember before, we set the actual control unit to channel 1. So we're going to set our controller to channel 1. And we do that by pushing the power button first of all to turn it on. So if I push that, we're off. I need to push it again to wake it up because this does have an auto sleep on it. And we're going to see a couple things. Right now we're indicating our power level. But this bottom button down here, that's our power level, that's our color temperature, and the third one is our channel. And we can use the plus and minus button here, and I can hold it to go fast or just click it to go slow. But all we're going to do is match what we have on the control unit, which happens to be 1 as we discussed. Now I'm going to push this again to make sure that we're connected, and I can use the plus and minus, and you can see that changing there. And again, if I hold that down, the power is going to go higher or lower, all the way from 10 to 99. So we'll bring that back down. Now if I push this button again, because we're using our COB 120 bicolor, which is one of the great features here, you'll see 56 indicated, and that's the highest color temperature, the daylight balance that we can do, so 5600 Kelvin, and we can go down from there, again clicking, or we can hold it to go all the way down to 3200. And if I want to go back and control the power, just flip again and adjust it from there. So that's all there is to it really. Just set the channel and then make sure you're connected, and you can adjust the power and the color temperature right from the remote control. Okay guys, you've seen that the lighting has changed a little bit. We've turned our older LED lights that we normally use off, because normally we have to edit that video to take out some fan noise. All I'm being lit with right now is we've got a COB 120 up from the ceiling lighting me, and then we've just got this thing running at full power. And if I'm quiet here for a second, this is the unedited noise. I'll get a little bit closer to it. So as you can see, this is a perfect light to use for those noise sensitive environments for your video. It's great. There's no editing that you'll need to do. So I just wanted to show you that feature. So I've got our 7-inch reflector here, and this is included with your kit, and you're going to notice it's a little bit different than some of our other reflectors. It has the umbrella mount on the top of it, and to mount this, it's really easy. It uses our Bowens speedring here, so the 3-prong, and then we've got our 3 prongs on the light, 1, 2, 3 over here, and really all you do, you line those up, and once they're lined up, you'll feel them go in flush, quarter turn, and it's locked in. Then on the other side, you'll see this release here. We just pull the release back, it's spring loaded, pull it back, quarter turn the other way, and straight out. So you can position this umbrella mount wherever you want. So whether you want it on the top or the side or the bottom, it doesn't really matter where it goes through, but you would just shoot an umbrella through there and then tighten it down. Now you've also got a diffuser cap. Well, it's not a cap, it's a sock actually. And that's just gonna go along the bottom lip there. You would put that on, and if I power this up, you can see the difference that this makes right into the camera or behind versus taking that off. And this will probably flare the camera, but just so you can see there. So just an added benefit there. If you need that, it is included in your kit. Okay guys, this is the protection cap. It is not a gobo. So when you see all these holes, that is not for light pattern. Please do not use this with your light on. I can't stress that enough. You do not want to catch this thing on fire by forgetting about it and having your LED pump into it, basically touching it. It's only for protection when you're traveling or putting it back in the bag, and it uses our Bowens mount again, straight in, quarter turn to lock it in, pull the lever, and it releases the same way. So the main reason why you would probably buy a monolight like this, like the COB 120 or the COB 300, is the ability to modify it. With standard LEDs like panels, you can't put all of your modifiers that you've invested in on those lights. But with this one, because again it uses our Bowens mount, we can literally use any Strobepro accessory that you own or that you've been thinking of and really modify this to the extreme. So for example, I've got a 25-inch beauty dish here, which is one of our most popular, and it's just going to mount the exact same way as the reflector did. We're going to line that up, quarter turn in there, and now we can adjust that. I didn't have that tight, so we'll tighten those guys down, power this guy on. Now we've taken that little 7-inch reflector to something much bigger that we can use for photo or video. And that's really one of the great things about this, is that it bridges that gap between video and photography. So you don't necessarily have to buy that strobe if you're not doing photo all the time, or you don't have to get the video light if you're doing more photo. This will do both for you, and it's a great option. So if you've ever worked with halogen lights in the past, you know what an issue heat can be. Luckily, you don't have those same issues running the COB 120 or the COB 300. And they do get a little bit warm, but not like dangerously hot like an old halogen would. We've been running this full power for quite a while now. I can put my hand on it. Obviously, I'm not going to want to stick my finger on the front element, but you don't really have those same concerns about heating with this. Basically, how this works is that this whole part of it is just a cooling unit. We've got the chip on board on the front, which delivers that efficient power to the actual LED. And then our control is separated, so it makes this unit smaller, and we're able to control that heat much better. Probably the best feature of all about this light is its price. It is extremely competitively priced. Compared to other alternatives on the market, this thing is less than half the price. But you're still getting an amazing build quality. It's aircraft grade aluminum, metal construction, all the connections are metal. You're not having cheap plastic parts that are going to fall apart and break with extended use. So for value, I don't think you can beat this. And the other great thing is that you can pair this up with the bigger brother, the COB 300. And with that guy and this guy as a fill light or that, you might not even need strobes anymore. So you've got that option, and we'll leave that for you to decide whether you can get away with this for both your photo and video needs. But as far as we're concerned, nothing on the market is coming even close to this. Be sure to check it out at Strobepro.com, and until next time, I'm Jesse.